I want to make a video today comparing some of my EPOS speakers in my collection. These aren't all of them, but specifically today I wanted to play these EPOS ES11s. These are the original first release. I'm not sure if there was an MK2, but these are definitely, if there was a MK1, these would be it. And the EPOS ES14s, and these are MK2s. Now these are modified with a tweeter, not original. If you watch my other videos, I've designed these baffles. I 3D printed them. And it works really well. Sounds really good, actually better than the original drivers. The original drivers are next to impossible to find. Only have one good one. The other one didn't even come with speakers. So anyway, today I'm going to play you guys some short samples of music on these guys. So you can have maybe a few minutes of some sample music. And then I'm going to switch to these guys. And today that's all we're going to compare, these and these. Before we go there, I guess I'm going to show you in the back how they look. So these I bi-cable, right? Bi-wire. So you have a separate wire going to the separate set going to the tweeter and a separate to the woofer. My understanding is that these do not have a like a typical crossover circuit. They're considered first order speakers, meaning the woofer has no crossover of anything. There's nothing in the signal path for the woofer. And the tweeter only has, I think, a capacitor. Maybe there's a resistor as well, just to protect it from low frequencies, because if you feed low frequencies to a tweeter, you will burn it out. But the woofer is a full range woofer. These woofers are very special. If you Google them, they are, when they were designed, the shaft, the moving shaft inside, the distances has been elongated inside. So you can kind of think of it, if this was standard, they're a bit longer inside. This allows this driver to move and create fuller range of frequencies. Also has a bigger, pretty good, good magnet in the back to drive it all. And so the ES14 has this pretty much the same type of design, just that the woofer is bigger. Same type of like what they were going after. There's a little bit dust in here. Let's see, do I have my little duster? This is what I use. Just a little brush to remove dust from speakers. Might as well show you, everyone. You want something soft. You don't want to be touching with fingers like I did. And this specifically works really well on tweeters as well. Probably that dust wouldn't change the sound in any way. But anyway, so also the guy who sold me these, he had these custom made so that you can just hook up 2 wires instead of 4 by some shop by where he lives, I guess. I got it from a guy in Seattle. So this, this goes in there, and then you just have a regular set of wires. So that was kind of nice addition. Also, these came with the original stands, which are these, but I'm using them on the ES14s because I listen to these much more. The ES14 stands would have been pretty much the same design, they're just a little bit wider, right? Just slightly bigger, but it works. I mean, it's almost identical. The speaker don't know any different. I think as far as stands go, they do the same thing. So these stands, I found that the original stands for any of the EPOS speakers, if you have a bookshelf speaker, are very hard to find in the US at least. I know if you're in England, you're lucky. Since these are English speakers, you got access to all those wonderful speakers. But here, there's less of them, just less of a quantity are being imported, especially in the vintage ones, I would say. But these, the speaker, which is, I mean, you guys look at it, these speakers are mint condition. Just a little bit of dust. These are mint. And these adapters was $300. I bought this like, say about 3 years ago. Now these now going on eBay for $752,000 a piece, and the price just keeps going up. And people, for whatever reason, not a lot of people know about this stuff. I don't know why. And these are now going $1,000 plus $1,500. I saw a pair of mint. I think the MK1s were like $1,800. Of course, that's a little bit out there, but you know, things are going up in price. So, okay, now we're gonna do some, I'll play some music so you guys get an idea of how these sound. So these will go first. There's a subwoofer connected. This is the EPOS ELS. Something's vibrating. Whoops. Probably the CD player's vibrating. This is on top, but
to enforce them. Crises precipitate change.
Secretly plotting your demise. I want to devise a virus to bring dire straits to your environment. Crush your corporations with a mild touch. Trash your whole computer system and revert you to papyrus. I want to make a super virus strong enough to cause blackouts in every single metropolis. Cause they don't want to eat where there was a heart. It's sleeping, it's a pain. Can't you please tear it out and preserve it right there in that jar?
Alright, so that was just some random stuff. Every song was random. I'm going to switch the cables. We're going to listen to that. I'm trying to remember playing the same songs. I'm not sure.
That was obvious. What'd you do that for? You mistaken for a rabbit? What do you want me to do about it? Sort it out. You're a fucking witch doctor. But you are a bad boy Yarny. And bad boy Yarnies are supposed to know how to get rid of bodies. I create the bodies. I don't you raise the bodies.
Let's talk about dead body disposal. My proposal, take the corpse to the bathtub and drain the blood out of the bastard. Strip yourself new first so you don't get blood on your new shirt. And cut the fucking corpse up like a butcher to meat kid. And put the pieces inside trash bags. Those will be reeking like a fag's ass, with flesh covered in leeches.
Kings from Queens come kings. We're raising hell like a class when the lunch bell rings. The king will be praying and I will be raised. This is something try to fade them, but he won't be fake. So what's your name? DMC, the king is me. Day when I was chilling in Kentucky Fried Chicken, just minding my business, eating food and finger licking. This dude walked in, looking strange and kind of funny. Went up to the front with a menu and his money.
Well, that was it pretty much. I can't be playing music for hours and hours. Hopefully that gave you guys a good preview into how these sound. I would say that these are a little bit looser because the box is bigger. They're a bit more pronounced, more bass because the woofer is bigger. The dynamics, you know, are a little bit better. If you were thinking about these, you had to make a choice between one or the other, I would say go for the EPOS ES14s. Now these are the MK2s. If you can find the MK1s, go for them. Supposedly there's a slight difference. I don't know what that is. I don't have those speakers. Of course, these are bigger speakers. Consider 50% bigger volume box or whatever I would say, or maybe a bit more. These are still very good speakers. As far as now, these are the EPOS M22s. I had a different video about these. I've been listening to them. Those are extremely good speakers as well. If you can kind of see, look at this driver. Look at this driver. I mean, the rubber here feels a little bit different. This one a little bit more rubbier, stickier, and this one a little bit drier. But beyond that, I think possibly this could be the same driver. It looks exactly the same. And then this one, at least looks like potentially could be in the same family, just as a dust cap instead of a face plug. So as far as these tweeters go, probably the same family. I mean, the color's different. I mean, they could be potentially the same thing, just mounted differently. So there's a lot of similarities in a lot of those models, I think. I don't know. If you know, post a comment. Always like to hear from people, especially from England. I mean, you're closer to the action. If you have any historical good information about these speakers, post away so that people can read. I think this is where I'm gonna just end here, and that's it. Cheers.